you say good afternoon, everybody?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my court, and my name is Judge Rinder. And I just want to say before we start today, and I hope all these people over there waiting to come in are listening. I do not want any fighting today. I am fed up. This morning was horrendous.
How's it like?
People kept attacking Michelle, and the stupid Spider-Man kept putting webs on us all. And on me. How dare he? Does he know who I am? So, today, we're all going to behave in a proper manner. And no arguing back. I am in charge, and what I say, that's the end of it.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Right, Michelle, you can bring the first two in.
Okay, we have Daisy Duck and Jake a pirate. What's this case about, Daisy?
Well, it's nothing to do with the fact that he's a pirate at all, Judge. The thing is, we agreed that we would go to the gym together to get fit. And I wanted a partner to go with so it wasn't as boring. And Jake was really excited and said, yes, let's go there. And then he said to me, can you go to the gym and arrange it all for us, because I know we have to pay. So I did, Judge. I paid the fees for me and the fees for Jake, because he told me he'd pay me back later. But guess what, Judge? He's never paid me back. He's never ever given me 1 penny, but he still goes to the gym and uses all the facilities that I've paid for. Right, Jake? What have you got to say for yourself? Well, the thing is, Judge, I was a little bit skint and I didn't have enough money for the gym. And I thought, well, if Daisy pays it, I can go to the gym and I can pay her back later. Understood, but did you tell Daisy this? Well, no, I didn't. Because if you had, Daisy might have said, well, just give me so much every week till we've paid it off, because you haven't got a lot of money. And then we wouldn't have this problem, would we? No, Judge. Right, Daisy. What I am going to say is this. If you do not get your money off Jake, then I would go and I would cancel his membership at the gym. Why should he be going there and enjoying every facility they've got when he hasn't paid a penny? That's just not right. No, it isn't, Judge, thank you. So, Jake, what are you going to do? Are you going to pay Daisy back? I'll try, but I don't know if I can pay her back all at once. What do you say to that, Daisy? If Jake gives me £5 a week, we'll mark it down in a little book, and then we'll know when he's paid it off. And I'm quite happy to do that. Right. That seems a very nice way to end things, Daisy. Thank you for being so generous.
So generous.
And patient.
And patient.
And Jake, don't do that again to anybody. If you've got problems with your money, just tell them. I'm sure that your friends would help you. Yes, Judge. Okay.
Okay, Judge. So that means case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? Right, this case is Mimi Mouse.
Ooh, no, Minnie, what are you doing?
See, I get drunk.
What?
I told her a case of a minute.
You've come to my court drunk? How dare you? How dare you?
So come with me, says a mister. Mimi has been drinking mucky gear.
Oh.
And she's got drunk. And that's why she went to the audience sound judge. She can't help it, she's got drunk with wine.
Oh, mucky beer and wine.
Yes.
That's not a very good combination, is it? What are you playing at, Minnie? Well, you know, you go out to the pub and you're having a good time and you're talking with all your friends and you sort of lose count about how many drinks you've had. And then, unfortunately, I spilt a pint of beer all over this gentleman and he wasn't very happy at all. I should think not. That's not very good, is it? So what is it you're wanting from Minnie then, sir? I want her to pay for all my clothes to go to the cleaners. Because if I just wash them at home, they will still smell of beer. And that won't be nice. I can't go anywhere with my clothes smelling of mucky beer. Can I, Judge? Understood. You can't really. It's not very good, is it? Everybody will think you're drunk. Yes, they would. So, Minnie, are you going to pay this money to get this man's clothes cleaned?
Do I have to, Judge?
I think you should, and I think you should apologise. And the next time you go out drinking, try not to have too much. The best way, you know, is in between having a beer, have a glass of water, and then another drink, and then a glass of water. And the water fills you up, so you can't drink as much beer. And then you won't get drunk.
I don't drink just beer. It's not my story book.
Right, well, if you're willing to pay to have this man's clothes cleaned, I think we can conduct and say this is all okay.
So case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? Right, this case, we should have Mickey Mouse and this Tigger. So Mickey Mouse and this Tigger.
What's
Mickey
been going off here, I wonder, says the
Mickey
judge.
has not conquering his Tigger, Mickey.
Well, I have big problems with Tiggers. They're very annoying. But what's happening with this one is even more annoying. We're all meant to be friends, and we make arrangements to go somewhere and have a good time, and then Tigger always forgets because he gets busy bouncing somewhere and he never turns up, and it's very annoying, Judge, especially when you've paid money to get on a train to go somewhere to meet him and he doesn't show. I'm wasting my money. Ooh. Come on then, Tigger. What do you have to say?
I don't mean to do it, Judge. It's just my hymn. It's just my award.
I just get excited, you see, when I'm bouncing. And then before I know it, time has passed. And then I remember, oh no, I was meant to meet Mickey at Sheffield to go to Meadowhall. And I've forgotten all about it, and poor old Mickey will be there all on his own. Ooh, let me phone him and explain what's happened, I thought. But when I looked, my phone needed charging. so I couldn't get in touch with him, and I felt really terrible, Judge. I really did. Well then, I think, Tigger, in future, you need to write these meetings down on a calendar and put it where you can see it. And then if you start thinking, I know I'll have a bounce, you'll see the date on the calendar and you'll think, oh no, I better not get excited bouncing because I've arranged to meet Mickey. Does that sound acceptable to you, Mickey? It does, Judge. It's very disappointing when you're waiting for someone and they just don't turn up. I got a bit sad. Right, so Tigger's going to try really hard to make sure he remembers these dates and doesn't start bouncing and getting overexcited. Right. I think that's everything sorted.
So, case dismissed. Right, Michelle, would you like to take her out? Okay. So, next up is a mug of Mickey. Mickey's here again.
Oh no.
We got higher man. So, Mickey, what's so Cogwin? We get higher man.
The problem is, this fireman is always coming round to check on things, and he gets on my nerves. He comes checking smoke alarms, he checks out in the street to make sure there's water for if they need to plug their hoses in, and he's just constantly annoying me. Right. Now then, Mr. Fireman, what's your answer to this? Well, Judge, we go to people's homes to check their fire alarms are working because some people forget to change the batteries. And if they do that, the smoke alarm won't work. So what would happen then if Mickey was in bed and a fire started in the kitchen? If the smoke alarm was working, it would set off and make a really loud noise, which would wake Mickey, and he probably would have time to get out of the house. And as for checking the water, out on the streets, we have what are called hydrants, and it's a big manhole cover, and we can lift those off and plug in our hose pipe, because we can only carry so much on the fire engine. So we might need more. So it's important that we keep checking these things. Can you imagine if we went to a really big fire and we ran out of water because we'd used all the water off the pump engine? Then we would need the hydrant. And if they don't get checked, well, it might not be working and then we won't be able to put out the fire. I don't know what Mickey's problem is. We need to be very careful about fire. We don't want people dying, do we, Judge? Definitely not. Now then, Mickey, what do you think now you've heard all this? I think, Judge, I was a bit hasty complaining. I understand now what the fireman is saying. Fires can spread very quickly through a house, and if your smoke alarm's not working, well, you won't be alerted to it, will you? And by the time you realise, it could be too late to get out. And then you're relying on the firemen being able to get up to your window. And obviously, if they've not got any water, they can't be putting the fire out down below. So yes, in future, I won't moan when the fireman comes round to check things. Very good. Another good conclusion.
Case dismissed. Right, next case. the lady and the builder man. Lady, what's your case with this builder?
Well, Judge, it's not really anything to do with him being a builder.
What's it to do with it then?
Well, I had a car up for sale. You know, you can sell them privately, you don't have to go to a garage. And this builder phoned me up because I'd advertised it in the paper and asked if he could come and look at it. And I said, yes, of course, so he did. And he really liked the car and said he was quite prepared to pay what I was asking for it. And how much was that, madam? It was £1,000, Judge. Okay, understood. So what went wrong? Well, Judge, the builder gave me a cheque for the money, and when I went to the bank and put it in, they said the cheque had bounced. Oh, what does that mean exactly? It means, Judge, he didn't have any money in his account to cover the amount of the cheque. So he had my car and I have no money for it. And I needed that money to put down as a deposit because I wanted to get a new car. Right then, builder man. What have you got to say about all this? I'm really sorry, Judge. I honestly thought there was enough money in the account. But a lot of bills must have come out for my building work because I have to buy lots of things, obviously, like bricks and cement and window frames and all sorts of stuff. And I hadn't realised how much money's come out. Well, you know what? You should keep a more careful eye on things. When you're in business for yourself, you have to keep a set of books. And in that book it tells you, this column here is all the things going out of your account. And this column tells you any money that's coming in from customers who've paid you. And if you look at the totals at the bottom, then it will explain to you whether there's any money left in. Yes, I know, I'm really sorry. See, what happened is my wife usually sees to all the books, but she's been ill and she's been in hospital. So the books haven't been getting done properly, and I do apologise. And I've been into the bank before I came here, and we've sorted everything out, and I've written out a new cheque, and the bank have signed it to say it's okay and the money will be there. So if that's okay for the lady, I'm hoping she'll accept that. Yes, of course, I will. I just wanted my money because I haven't got a car now and I can't get around anywhere. And I just wanted to get my new one. Understood, of course you did. Now then, builder man, I hope your wife is better. She is, Judge. Well, next time if there's a problem, don't forget to keep looking at the books. You can't let them get in a mess like that. No, I know, sir. I'll be more careful in future. Well, Michelle, we're having a good afternoon so far.
How come we're having a good afternoon so far?
Because we're sorting out all these cases without any trouble.
So case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? Right then, this case, Mickey Mouse comes in a third time with Donald Duck. Can't you go again, Michelle? Mickey Mouse is in a third time today.
Wow, you're having lots of problems, Mickey.
And as a girl said, you're talking was a cobwebs.
I'm starting to wonder, Mickey, if you're finding problems where problems don't exist. You're always finding fault with everybody. What do you mean? I don't find fault with everybody, sir. Well, you're always coming to my court complaining about somebody. What's Donald done now? Well, Donald was supposed to be sorting us out a boat to go onto the lake and have a nice little sail round the lake and look at the nice scenery and enjoy ourselves. Did he do it? No. I'm waiting by the lake for Donald to turn up with the boat. No sign. I'm looking everywhere for him.
No sign of what, says Michelle?
No sign of
what?
No sign of Donald and no sign of a boat. Oh. And how long did you wait there, Mickey? I was waiting there for 3/4 of an hour. And then I thought, that's it, I'm going. I can't be doing with all this hanging around. And you won't believe this, Judge. When I got back home, guess who sat there watching the television?
Where's Michelle?
Don't know.
What does it do say?
The judge says, let me guess that it was Donald Duck. It was, Judge. And when I asked him why he didn't turn up with the boat, what boat? I don't know anything about a boat.
You sure Michelle is there? She should again.
Michelle, can you please get down off that bench?
What?
I can't see Donald.
What?
Jump
Where's
down.
Daggy?
You should be down here near me. No. Now I can't see Mickey. Oh my goodness. What are you doing, Michelle? I was just thinking we were having a really good day and now you're starting to mess about.
I'm on.
Right, let's get back to this case.
Okay, I'm George. Sorry, I just had some wine. I got to get drunk.
So, why were you sat at home watching television, Donald, when you were supposed to be getting a boat and going to the lake?
Oh, George.
Michelle, come over here.
I'm so drunk. I had some wine last night.
Right. Donald, you can't let your friends down like this. It's not nice. Oh, God.
Oh, George. I just was so drunk. She's got the audio sober.
Michelle, what are you doing?
I'm drunk.
Goodness me.
I had some
There I
wine.
am telling everybody to behave and not to attack you. And what are you doing? You're knocking everybody over.
I'm drunk, sir.
Well, you should not be drunk.
I need drinking some wine.
Well, in future, don't drink wine before you come into my courtroom.
Okay, I'll drink wine way before I come to your court. Is that any better? Don't drink it just before I come to a court.
I think you should wait till after we've done all the court business before you have a drink.
Yes, I would wait till Judge.
Okay. Right, I'm going to dismiss this case.
Case dismissed. Michelle, would you like to take her out? So, this case is Mickey Mouse again.
Oh,
He's got
goodness.
a mugger cover.
Can we just get away with Mickey Mouse not coming in this court?
He's got a cover with a green goggler this time.
Oh.
So what's this cover with a green goggler?
Right, Mickey, this better be good because I'm getting fed up of seeing you in my court. It's just day after day you keep coming in and causing problems.
It's not like I just keep having these cases, he says. Just keep having these cases all the time. I come to help having all these cases.
Well, what's the green goblin done to upset you now?
The green goggler has been stealing some of my sweets.
What? Sweets? You've come to this court to complain that somebody's taken some sweets?
Yes, exactly, Judge.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Well, that isn't a really bad thing, is it? How many sweets did he take?
one packet, Judge.
Oh, Green Goblin, why did you take a packet?
Because I wanted some.
Well, they look really nice, Judge, and I just thought, yummy, yummy. I could have a packet of these. I don't think it would hurt. Mickey had got about 10 packets in the cupboard.
So,
Surely you could spare one for me.
So I had a queen, Mickey. I had a queen
To get my money back for the sweets. Do you know what, Mickey? You're all supposed to be friends. And if you can't let a friend have a packet of sweets, then I think there's something seriously wrong.
Okay, I got a real cobweb. The green goblin stole my TV.
What?
That's a real cobweb.
No, I didn't, Judge. I've never touched his TV.
Yes, he did. The goblin. Okay, I touched the TV. I took it.
Ugh,
So, is that something to come into court about?
definitely. Why did you take the TV?
I wanted it for my house, he says.
Because I couldn't afford one. Well, that's not a very good excuse, is it?
I could talk. Michelle's talking about you. Is it Michelle him?
Michelle says that's not a nice thing to do.
I wanted a tiger. Didn't have a tiger at my home.
Yes.
Didn't have one, Michelle.
Well, you would have had to save some money up then and then go and buy one.
Save some money. I want good to wait. I can see some TV programs I wanted to watch. I had a TV programs.
And I'm sure
It's a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
if you would have asked, Mickey would have probably let you watch his TV with him. Wouldn't you, Mickey?
So I just have to do it for myself as a goblin. I don't like sharing with you all.
Oh,
That's not what goblins do.
right. So you're a nasty little goblin.
Yes, I am a good nasty. That's
No.
what goblins are like. Goblins are nasty.
Are they indeed?
Yes, they are indeed.
Well, you better give Mickey his TV back then.
I'm not. That's not what goblins do.
Well, in that case, we'll send the police with a search warrant for your house, and they will come and get the television back and take it back to Mickey.
No, they won't.
Yes, they will.
There's a police up in the audience walk.
Yes. And
I would attack him.
Now, didn't I say I didn't want any attacks in my courtroom today?
It's just a green goblin. He does want to attack him.
Well, somebody needs to get rid of this green goblin.
Attack, attack. Attack him, attack him. Quick, quick. Oh dear. Attack, attack, attack. After Michelle, after. Attack, attack, attack. Let's get her. The policeman go away. And I take over. Ha ha ha. Case dismissed. Where's the goblin bugger gaggle? Case dismissed. I always don't gaggle, Judge.
Oh,
I just scold it to say case dismissed.
and now I'm going and you won't be able to catch me.
Good guy, says the goblin. Going to go to my place. You're going to catch me. What did you think about that case, Michelle?
That was terrible.
How
I
come?
thought we were having a really good afternoon, Judge, like you said. And then we get that nasty, horrible green goblin.
Yes, and he's. Does he spoil our afternoon?
He just has spoilt it. He's hurt the policeman. And now he's run off and poor old Mickey hasn't got a television.
Yes, the goblins are off with Mickey's TV. And now Mickey hasn't got a television to watch. What do you have to say, Mickey?
I'm very upset.
So can we do it? Do you have to come back at some
No.
point?
No, you don't. What I will do, says the judge, I will phone the police station and I will tell them where the Green Goblin lives, and they'll send round not just one policeman, but quite a few.
Yes.
So he can't attack them because there'll be too many. And they will get your television and they will bring it back to you. How does that sound, Mickey?
The quarter police are on holiday.
No, they're not. There's always police working.
There's only one police working. And that's Simon, the policeman. We got one policeman. One policeman can't catch a goggly look. That's all we got on duty, George. So Mickey would have to get a meal TV or her can't get him to court at a later date.
Okay,
What do you
then.
think we should do, Mickey?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to come back here. I don't want to see that green goblin again.
So
I might just
I'm going to
give up and say it was a bit of a bad job, but I'll get a new one.
Yes. Get a meal one then. Case dismissed. So Mickey, how did you heal? Are you happy getting a meal TV to wash?
No, not really. I don't want to have to pay again. But I will make sure that green goblin never comes in my house again. He won't be able to steal another one. I'm going to get a burglar alarm and some CCTV footage.
How much is a TV? Says Michelle. How much does it
Not that
cost?
expensive, maybe £200. Maybe less if you find one in a sale somewhere. I might even look on Amazon.
Yes.
They have lots of bargains, don't they?
Gorgons, yes.
Yes, they do.
Gorgons, yes. Yes. You have loads of gorgons on. Okay, Mickey. And I think we must have a best case. I'm just walking here now. It will be I know. It is Captain Hook and Mr. Gilder. So
Now, what on earth could Captain Hook be upset with a builder for? Right. Okay, Captain Hook. Let's have your side of the story. Well, Judge, you know before I bought my big safe to put all my treasure in, I buried some near to the beach. And then, a few months later, this builder turns up and builds houses over the top. He's put all this cement and concrete down and then built all these houses. And now I can't get to my treasure. And he won't help, and he keeps saying, well, I'm not pulling the houses down just to get to your treasure. I've built them now, too late. Oh dear, that is a bit sad, Captain Hook. But having said that, I'm guessing the treasure was stolen in the first place, so it isn't really yours, is it?
it wasn't stolen, it was my treasure. I held it.
Are you sure?
I definitely held it. It was my own. It was my treasure.
I've heard about you pirates boarding people's ships and taking all their treasures.
I wasn't. It was my treasure, George. Because I'm sure. I want my treasure back, George.
Well, that could be very difficult.
Why?
Well, we can't be knocking all these houses down and digging down just to find your treasure, can we?
Why can't we?
Can you imagine how much money that would cost? The builder probably can't afford to do that. It would cost a fortune.
So how could he afford to build them?
Because then people buy the houses off him.
Yes.
But they won't want to move out while he demolishes all the houses, will they?
So how can I get my treasure back? He
Well,
says.
I think really you can't.
So can I get some more treasure from somewhere?
Well, that's up to you.
But
What do you think, Captain
I'm
Hook?
trying to find some real treasure from a treasure shop.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yes, I heard it was all your fault, Mr. Builder. Get a policeman and arrest him.
Well, Judge, I didn't know there was treasure under there.
You should have more silly. Gouda, you're under arrest.
Okay.
Come here, stay here. So, we can dismiss his case and Captain Hook is getting some more treasure. Case dismissed. Tigger's case is a great command of the road lady. So, great command, what's your problem with this old lady?
The problem is, Judge, this old lady keeps coming into my shop every day and telling me how wonderful the bread smells when it's baking. And when I ask her what does she want to buy, she always says, "Oh, I haven't decided yet, I'll just have a look around." Yes, and then what happens? And then, Judge, while we're busy, this lady takes some bread and doesn't pay for it. That's not good at all. What do you have to say, lady? I don't mean to do it, Judge. It's just I go in there and it all smells so delicious. I just have to have one. Well, then you should pay for it. I know, but I'm an old lady. I think I should get it for free. I'm afraid, madam, things don't work like that. And plus which, the baker can't afford to keep baking bread to give it away. He has to make a living, you know. He's got a family to feed, bills to pay. Oh, I know, but I just think when you've got to my age, you should get a few little benefits from life, shouldn't you? No, not really, dear. I think the only thing to do here is to say you are not allowed into that shop anymore, because obviously if you go in, you're just going to take bread again, aren't you?
So I got me to bread, she says.
Then you'll have to go to a different shop or get one of the supermarkets to deliver some to you.
Okay, silly judge. I don't like a judge like you. You make bad rulings to my case. How dare you?
Speaking, this is my court and I will have order. I don't know who you think you are, lady.
How dare you do that, Judge? How dare you?
I certainly dare.
I can buy cakes for whenever I want to.
Because
how dare you? Excuse me.
Excuse you? You're a thief. You're going and pinching bread from the bakery.
I can do what I want.
No, you can't.
Excuse me. How dare you talk to a lady like me?
I dare talk to you any way I want. I'm the judge and this is my court.
I'm the judge, this is my court.
No, it isn't.
It's the other way round, George. You got it wrong. It's my court.
I don't think so.
It's my court. I don't have to
Michelle, who
with
is
it.
this silly lady you brought into this courtroom?
She's a judge.
She's not a judge.
From Portugal.
She's a thief.
She's a Portugal judge.
What?
She's a judge of Portugal. She's a judge of this court.
Yes, well, I think she's living in cuckoo land. This is not her court, and I will have you removed if you don't shut up.
I could do what I want. I could steal bread from whenever I want to. This is my court, and I don't have order with it.
Ooh. Well, I've never come across anyone as rude as you, lady. How dare you talk to me like that? This is my court and I'm Judge Rinder.
How dare you talk to me like that? This is my court and I'm Judge Rinder.
Right, I think we need this lady escorting out.
By a policeman?
Yes.
What's the matter with her?
She's been very rude. She's been stealing bread.
Who does she think she is?
She thinks she can just do whatever she wants and keep stealing bread.
So she thinks she's a judge.
And she thinks she's the judge. And obviously, she's not.
What does the policeman say?
Come on, you.
Oh, I don't want to go. I'm a real judge. I don't have order with it.
I think we need to get a psychiatrist to talk to this lady.
Why?
Because she thinks she's somebody she's not. She's having delusions.
Why should I give delusions?
Because she's dreaming things up that aren't true.
I'm a delusion court.
Okay, shut up, lady. We've finished now.
Case dismissed.
Goodness, I'm glad she's gone, Michelle.
Why?
Well, she was a bit silly.
So this case.
She was talking complete and
Would
utter
be
nonsense.
cool
she?
bear. I'm this little girl. So cool bear. What do you got cock with this little girl then? Cool bear.
Pooh Bear.
What is the cock with this
What's the
little
problem
girl?
with this little girl? She looks a nice little girl to me.
So how can she cause any cock or issues?
Because she's very naughty, Judge. And she hits the other children. She won't play games with them. If they bring a ball to school, then she pinches it and won't let them play with it. And it's not very fair. And I want her to understand you all have to play nice together. Because that's what friends do. When you go to school, you play with all your classmates, don't you? Yes, of course you do. I always did. Did you, Michelle? Yes, Judge. I used to love school.
So how old are you now, Michelle? How old are you?
30.
30.
It's a long time since I was at school, but I used to love to go and play with all my classmates and having fun at playtime. So, little girl, why are you so nasty?
I have to be nasty. I'm not going to with my classmates.
But why? Why is that?
Because I don't like her as much as I used to.
Okay. Well, that's a bit sad.
So what's your going to call there? Why have you come to court?
Because the teachers asked me to come and explain to you what's been happening. And they can't control this little girl. They've tried everything. They've put her in detention. They've given her time out. They've suspended her from school for a few days. Nothing seems to work. Well, you can't go through life like this little girl because she'll end up with no friends at all. And then, no, let me finish. And then you'll be very lonely. Can you imagine what it's like not to have one single friend?
I don't mind it, Judge. This is my court. I don't have order with it.
What is it with everybody today thinking they're in charge of this court? I'll have you know, young lady, you're not even old enough to be a judge. And you certainly are not in charge of this court. My God, Michelle, what a day!
It
started off so well, and now we're having all these problems.
So is Michelle in charge of this court, then?
No.
What do you want, Michelle?
Michelle says, I'm going to phone this little girl's parents, and they can come and take charge of her, and they can sort her out and stop her being naughty at school. I think that's a very good idea,
I'm not
Michelle.
being naughty, I just don't like having friends. I don't like having friends.
Well, just stop pinching people's balls and don't be nasty to them. If you want to sit on your own in the classroom, fine. Just leave everybody else alone.
Okay, I'm silly George. I was leaving them all alone.
Okay. Don't call me a silly judge.
That's what you are. Like a do-gooder and dreamy one.
Michelle, have we nearly finished with this session because I'm getting very
I
tired?
think we have one more case and then it's done.
Thank goodness.
And this case is dismissed.
I'm worn out, Michelle.
She would get to home to get rice. And the last case of today is one more Mickey Mouse case.
No.
Yes, Mickey Mouse is coming with a pirate. So Mickey Mouse, what's your problem with this pirate?
It seems to me, Mickey, you keep having problems with pilots.
How come he keeps having problems with pirates and everybody?
Well, because he keeps booking holidays and things go wrong, and then he gets mad at the pilot. It's not the pilot's fault, is it now? He doesn't own the company. He just flies the plane. All he can do, Mickey, is get his orders on the morning, and it might tell him he's flying to Germany and then coming back, and then he might be going to Spain and coming back, and he might have one more flight because they can't keep flying all day long because they'll get too tired, and then that could cause an accident. Why do you keep blaming the pilot? It's his fault, Judge. He's the one flying the plane. He should be able to take me where I want to go.
Where was you going to go, Mickey?
Greece.
Why can't you go in Greece? Oh.
There was a problem with the plane. There was something wrong with it. Okay, so what you're telling me is you'd rather go and fly in a plane that might crash because there's a fault with it. When the pilot does his checks before he takes off, they have to check that everything is working properly. And if any little red lights show, that means something is wrong. And when that happens, the pilot, by law, he cannot take off. Because if he did and there was a crash, who would you blame then, Mickey? The pilot, of course. Well, there you go then. If there was something wrong with the plane, what did you expect him to do?
Let's get him to tell himself off and behave.
Well, no. He needs the mechanics to come and try and fix it. And if they can't fix it, and there isn't a spare plane anywhere, then he can't take you. You don't want to be flying across the sea somewhere and something goes wrong and the plane goes into the sea.
You wanted to go to Greece.
I know.
Sure wanted to.
Well, you'll have to go another time. You don't want to be flying in planes that's got problems, do you?
I want to go to Greece.
Yes,
so
I know, Mickey.
It's always Kyra's fault. I can't do it right so he goes at all. It's just so rubbish.
Well, he can only do what his bosses tell him to do.
So when can I go to get to Greece? How long time?
Well, try another airline. Maybe they have got more pilots and maybe they've got more planes.
Yes, so try to go airline.
Because if you keep going to the cheap ones, they don't have as many planes. So if there's a problem, they haven't got a spare one that they can bring in. So try one of the bigger airlines, like Jet2 is a good one, and TUI. They're good airlines.
So which airline was you going to go to? Which airline was you going? Did you go on?
It was Ryanair and they're very cheap. Well, there you go. You only get what you pay for, you know. If you try to skimp, you don't get quality.
You don't get any quality.
No.
So I'll try. When we go airline.
Yes. I'd try Jet2 if I was you. I've
Jet2.
flown with them lots of times. And they're very good.
Very good.
And the food's nice on the plane. And when you get to your holiday place, you don't have to find your luggage. They take it straight to your hotel. And on the morning you're coming home, you just take your luggage down to the reception and they take it for you. So you're not struggling with your cases at the airport. Wow, I think I like that. Well, there you go then. Go and have a look on the Jet2 website. I will, Judge. Thank you very much.
So that means the last case of today dismissed. Michelle, we're going to talk about a case. Right, Mickey of the Quiet. How did you hear about this case?
Well, says the pirate, I'm quite glad the judge pointed out it's not my fault. I just work for that company. They pay my wages and I do as I'm told. I sympathise with Mickey. There's nothing worse than getting to the airport and being all excited and getting on the plane, and then there's a problem. What do you think, Mickey? I accept what the pilot is saying. It isn't really his fault. And I've listened to the judge, and when I get home, I'm going to go on the internet and book with Jet2.
Yes, it's a very great idea. Yes, Judge.